What is going on, guys? This is Boss Sniper Bivetto bringing you another Baldur's Gate video, taking on the cultists in the abandoned refuge. Now, the story wants you to help them to move away the rock. I'm recommending that you fight all these cultists before you move that rock away, because the rock brings out a really powerful enemy who the mushroom guys want you to kill. And if you fight him with all the cultists around, you're going to have a much tougher time of it. So I get my party to go and wait on top of that ladder, and I'm going to use my mage who's got the Thunderwave ability, and we're going to try and knock Sergeant Thrin and one of the other cultists into the lava, which is an instant kill on them. So you knock in the Sergeant first. Now this second cultist isn't to be trifled with either. Now on this particular run I've made a mess of it. I've got quite a short character, she doesn't have very long range, and I couldn't quite knock the second guy into the lava. However, we can do some damage to him. Then we're going to use Misty Step to get up and join our allies up on top of the safe area up here. There's only one enemy up here, there's another one a bit further down, but they don't really bother you too much. So we're just going to get up here. We're just going to use our numbers just to take out the enemies one at a time. There'll be a couple of ranged attacks coming, but otherwise this is a far simpler way of doing this fight. The characters are about level 5 in this video. I've got a blend of monk and barbarian on Karlach, just to get the extra assaults, and Will is an Oathbreaker paladin. Shadowheart is just a box standard cleric, and my main character is an evocation mage. So as always, I like to use Spirit Guardians in these fights. I like to use spirit weapons. Spirit Guardians is excellent because just having Shadowheart waiting near the top of the ladder, everybody who comes up here to attack us is going to incur damage without us really having to do anything. So really helpful. The spirit weapon being right at the front there as well, it just means that if you wanted to bring it down to start harassing them at the bottom, you can, without any of your main party members going down there and risking being ganked by the sort of collection of mobs. Magic Missile is kind of helpful in any situation, but it's good. Obviously my character's got the Spell Sparkler wand, which adds lightning charges as well to attacks, which again is just a little bit more damage per missile, which all adds up. Just a case really of just whittling down the enemies as they come to attack you up here. Now another quite useful spell to have equipped is the Animate Undead spell. Going to be a few enemies falling at your feet in this area, so just being able to create a skeleton out of various enemies who fall, again, it just increases the chance of enemies attacking someone who's not a party member. You don't have to bother healing the skeleton, obviously, and you can send them down like you did with the spirit weapon, just to harass enemies down the bottom, keeping the main party up top. Now, the one who's just gone under the bridge is the only one who can cause a bit of a problem to this strategy, because what they can do is they can use Mind Mastery to take control of one of your party, and if they're going to choose someone strong, that could be a major impediment, because instead of you all being on the same side up here, you could have a strong ally turn into an enemy, and you don't want to fight them. So it's quite important to get after the one who's just gone under the bridge fairly quickly, before they're able to take control of a party member and just start blowing this run up. However, for now we need to take care of this enlarged enemy who's come up here. He deals a decent amount of damage, so he was a priority at first, but Mind Master Fonmara is going to be a big problem for us, because now he's used Mind Mastery on Karlach, so we have to break his concentration before Karlach gets her next turn. Now, it's helpful that she's not going to go for a little while. Most party members are going to get to go before her, and it's just a case of trying to figure out how to get some pressure on Mind Master Fonmara before Karlach gets to start doing some damage to the party. So I'm going to use Misty Step to get down here. Now ideally I'd like to use Thunderwave to blow them off the ledge and in. As with the second time I tried to use this, wasn't able to succeed in getting them off the edge, and managed to use both their concentration saving throws as well. So not the most ideal. However, we used the turn undead spell, and the skeleton came up trumps and managed to get a critical hit, which disrupted the mind mastery and also did a huge amount of damage. So that's really good. Karlach is no longer a threat to us, and she's able just to move away and start taking on this other mob over here. Because of the blend of barbarian and monk, she gets additional ways to increase movement and have additional attacks during turns, so I found that really, really helpful. And really from this point on, it's just a case of taking them all out one at a time. They're not really going to trouble you very much. Using this position makes you very difficult for them to attack. Having lots of healing items available and using the bonus turns to take healing items, just slowly whittling down the enemies. This is a fight where if you take them all on in the main part of the arena, you can quickly get overwhelmed. Party members can be picked off and constantly need reviving, and that just wastes a lot of turns and it allows the enemy to overwhelm you. So getting into this strategic position, really, really helpful. Doing the fight before Nere is released from behind the rocks, extremely important. Now, after you finish this fight, you can go and let Nere out on his own, and you will effectively have all 4 party members against Nere, which is a far, far simpler way of taking on that fight. I've not got it in this video, but could put one on if people wanted to see it. It's really straightforward. It barely seemed worth doing. Worth taking a long rest, however, after you've done this, just to refresh all of your spells and get everyone back up to full health, etc. But really, beyond that, just a case of moving around the arena, taking out the remaining stragglers. Never going to cause us any harm, but just a bit frustrating that they keep running away and sort of prolonging the fight a little bit. However, I hope this was helpful. Leave a like or a comment underneath, and please subscribe if you've got time. Alright, see you next time.